everyone, this is Nick aka Red Fox the Gamer, and today I'm going to bring you Eastside Hockey Manager. It's a game made by Sports Interactive, so anyone that's played any of the Football Manager or even the old Championship Manager will be well aware of their credentials in regards to making management games. But if you're anything like me, I've been looking at Steam for a very, very long time now, and I keep looking at this Eastside Hockey Manager thinking, do I, don't I, is it going to be any good? I have a vague interest in ice hockey. I like playing a couple of the games on the consoles and things, but I just thought, you know what, it was in the sale, so I thought I'd give it a try and basically see what the game's all about. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not going to sort of go too much into the game because I just basically want to give you an overview, basically see what the game can offer. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new career game. So it's based on the 2015 season. Not that I know too much about it. But it's very much the same as what you'd expect from like a Football Manager game. Okay, so it looks like we've got some post-it notes here. Okay, so basically they've got post-it notes which then sort of show you about, sort of give you tips on how to play the game. They've got the Great British Leagues. They've got quite a few nations here. So they've got Austria, Canada, Czech Republic, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Great Britain, Japan, Norway, Russia, Slovakia, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United States. So we're just going to go ahead and play the one level of the National League in the United States. Let's have a look then. Okay, so we have some options here. So game start date is the United States. Database size gives you the option to expand the database. Start with fantasy draft. Use randomized details. Enable fog of war. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the settings as they are for now, but obviously you can play around with that to your heart's content, really. So the game was actually only about 170 megabytes, I think, which, bearing in mind the Football Manager game, the latest one was about 1.8 gig, which means this game isn't as highly dependent as the other ones. Okay, so now we're here. You can see on the left hand side we have a choice of all the teams. I don't really know many of the teams, but I do know the Anaheim team, so I'm going to select them first name. So you can put some details in here. It's not very sensitive when you click on it. Sometimes it doesn't actually select what you want it to do. So obviously they're going to have trimmed the fat a little bit. So you can set your nationality here. It doesn't actually say England, so your nationality, I presume, will have to be the United Kingdom. Was it Britain? Ah, Great Britain, yeah. And you got your date of birth there, so whatever. Past experience, Hall of Famer, recreational player, junior, minor leaguer. Okay, so you've got all those kind of things as well. So we'll put Hall of Famer. Why not? Let's go ahead and get into the game. So there we go. So obviously you can add other players as well if you want to play like the hot seat mode with your friends. Okay, so as you can see, and like I said, I don't want to try and relate this too much to Football Manager, but it's the best way of doing it. But as you can see, the layout is pretty much the same. You've got your finances, your standings of the league, your next fixtures. I presume player focus is probably one of your best players. They've got your menus at the top here. So you've got finances. So you can look for all your finances screens. Personnel. So this is all my like backroom staff. How many scouts do they want there? Get rid of some of those. You got your schedule for the season. That's a bit of a different layout, but you can scroll through the months, I presume. Yeah. Transactions, I presume that's if you've bought any players. Statistics, so obviously we haven't got any at the minute because we haven't actually played any games. And you've got your roster. Get through all these badges. Okay, there you go. So we've got quite a few Canadian players, a few American, Swedish players here. So if you click on any one of these players' names, Trey Grassy, you can see. So obviously, at least it gives you pointers around the game. Okay, so again, the tributes are pretty much the same as Football Manager. You got your check-in, deflections, decking. So you've got or deking, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna get murdered for that. Okay, yeah. So and then you can see you've got all your different skills, your mental strengths, your physical strengths, the positions you can play in. information about the player, his contract, where he's played before. Okay, some interesting stuff there. Let's go and read the news. Okay, so welcome to Anaheim. Okay, so there's no interview process by the looks of it. It just goes you straight into the game. The board have given us our objectives for the season, which is the playoffs. The fans are delighted, I presume, to get us because we're a Hall of Famer, so that will probably change depending on the experience you give. So we've got an away game and then 2 home games. So that's obviously your roster. Then you've got your drop down for your, so you've got your tactics screen here. Get through all this stuff. Okay, yeah, because obviously you have 5 players out. You've got left defence, right defence, left wing, right wing, and the centre, and then obviously you've got your goalkeeper. So, and this is your roster. We haven't obviously got anyone selected at the minute. You can't select these to drop anything down, so I'm guessing we're going to have to go to the roster. And you can see here we have 23 players on the roster, and you can dress a maximum of 20, so I presume dress means select. So if we sort that by position, so I presume if you just click on these, that's your goalkeepers. Okay, then I presume S means selected, so you can just go down your list. Just select a random amount of players. We've got quite a few, haven't we? So there you go. So let's say we selected our 20 players here. I presume now if we go back to the tactics screen. Okay, so now you've got to select the players and things here. So let's see. Goalkeepers. That's your first, second, third, fourth lines, because you can obviously drop your lines in at different times. I presume that means starting and backup goalkeepers, and then these are all your different things for when you're on different kind of plays. So if I go to, so I select this guy, that goes into the guy. So you select this one here, that highlights him. Okay, so you can basically drop them into any position they can play in. So this guy's got a left defence or right defence. So I click on his name and I go to, can I put him on those positions? Oh, you can. Okay, so you can put him anywhere you want. So when you've got him selected, you can drop him. Okay, and you can also play in different lines as well. That's quite handy to know. So these are our left defenders. So if I just drop these in here, and then we've got our right defenders here. So just drop a few in here, just to give you an idea. So there you go. Look. So this is basically how you then select your team. So once you've got your whole team selected, you'll be able to, I presume, then go into games. I'm just going to go through and just select 3 lines of every one of these. Obviously, throughout the game, you change your lines up, as most of you will probably know. Obviously, you haven't really looked at the squad. I'm just trying to sort of basically show you the game. Put him, he's the main centre by the looks of things, and just put some of these other guys in here. There we go. I won't do any of that, so that's the coach. Bang. So he's put the rest of the squad in as well. So there you go. So we've done all that now. Let's go to the schedule. This is also all your options again, but I reckon we can probably arrange. There you go. Arrange a friendly. So let's just chuck a friendly in here. Just press next. Okay. So now we've just got a bunch of players. Let's try Nashville. So this is rather intuitive, really. So. I mean, again, I haven't played this game before, so I'm just flying through this, but by the looks of it, if you continue up now, just to confirm that. So there you go, we've got a squad selected. And we're now going to go ahead and skip a few days and see what happens with that friendly, if we can get one arranged. One thing that's, I suppose, is a bit like most Football Manager games, is there is no like music and stuff, so it's kind of quiet. So I'd recommend you have like, if you're ever playing these kind of games, a bit of music in the background, or I find it's quite useful if you're watching TV and things. Okay, so Nashville have accepted our exhibition proposal. We sold 13,947 tickets. So when is that game then? Okay, so there are 62 players on the down list, including 51 contracted players. National team allows 80 players, including 50 contract players. Okay, so we're going to need to get rid of a player. I don't like the look of one of these players. Let's try and get rid of Sandgreen. Oh no, it looks pretty good actually. Franzen. Nikolov, that's the keeper. Let's just get rid of it. This is just an example. So I presume you can just release them here. Oh, it needs to clear waivers before contact can be released. Okay, so let's just place on the waivers. Yes. Has that fixed the problem? Yeah, it has. There you go. So I put them on the waivers list then. So I'm just running through the news because basically what I want to try and do is get you to. This has been a trade between Florida and New York. I just want to try to get to one of the games so we can have a look at it. I can't remember what day the game was. Let's have a look. Where's the schedule? Okay, it's tomorrow. Let's skip one more day and see how this goes. Okay, so we've got a game against Nashville today. So we've selected all our players. I presume we've picked the main tactics, and now we can just go ahead and get into the game, I presume. So here we go. Okay, so let's alter the numbers then. Let's have to submit the numbers. And now we can proceed to the game. Okay, here's the pitch then. So let's change the settings. Zoom on, puck tail on, highlights. Let's just watch key only highlights. Clock speed and then action speed. Just slow it down a little bit so that way you can sort of see it. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and see what happens in the game then. So it's obviously going to run down to there's a key highlight in the game. And apparently there is absolutely nothing going on in the game. So not one good thing happened in that entire first half. So what happens if you go to tactics? Okay, this is where you can obviously swap and change your players and things. It's got their ratings, I presume. So everyone's playing okay so far. I presume it's out of 10, so 7. Oh, but looks like sound's just kicked in now, so actually there is sound. Which is strange. This game has obviously got a few glitches then. Oh, here we go. So Nashville's on the ball. And I presume something's happened there. Nashville have scored. So we're losing. Again, I haven't really actually checked out a lot of the squads and things, so I'm not sure what's actually a good team and things to play. That was a bit jumpy on that view, so I'm going to try and change the speed back up to normal. Okay, third quarter. Or third. Oh my god. Okay, they scored again. So apparently my team aren't doing very well. Ratings, they've got good ratings though. Oh, so there, their keeper's got a 10. Okay, so not a lot's going on at the minute. Oh, we've scored. So it's 2-1 to Nashville. Seems like not a lot happens in the game. There's not a lot going on at the minute. So I presume we've lost, have we? No. So it's going to a penalty. So there is, okay, so apparently there is music and sound then, which is quite interesting, because there wasn't earlier, was there? There's obviously music when it's a playoff then, a face-off, sorry. I can't really tell what's going on at the minute, but it's all over the place. Can we get the equaliser? Is the question. We can! With 12 seconds remaining. Okay, so now we're going to overtime. 1 minute to go. If you're seeing it's quite jumpy when actually video gets finalised, it's not that it's the game. Literally, the game is jumping around a little bit. I don't know. I think they haven't worked 100% on this. So it's a 3-on-3 now, or 4-on-3. So they obviously put 3 in the playoffs, in the overtime. Sorry. So we saved it. What happened? I don't know what happens at the end of overtime. So we're on a learning curve here, but quite dramatic. There's a lot going on at the minute. Someone's going to score in a minute. It's at the post. A lot of boos going on. So it looks like, I presume it's a penalty shootout, is it? Okay, so there's a penalty shootout now. I presume it's 5 penalties, is it? The keeper seems to be doing a good job so far. No one's scored yet. Someone's got to score in a minute, I'd imagine. No. Well, there you go. Sudden death, and they've scored. Well, at least I got to show you the overtime game as well. I don't think much of the sound, but there you go. There you can see. It won 3-2 at the end. Anyway, that was basically the overview of Eastside Hockey Manager, just to sort of give you an idea of the game. I mean, obviously there's so much more to do and see, and there's so many different menus. I haven't really done the game that much justice, but basically it was just an idea to give you an overview of how the game works, what you could expect if you're thinking about, oh, shouldn't I buy the game? So at least that's giving you an idea of how the game plays out. But you know, if you like this video and you want to see more of this, I can learn a bit more about it and keep playing it. I'm going to do that anyway in my spare time. But you know, if you want to sort of see more, let me know, and I'll put a comment on the video, and I will go into a bit more detail about it all. But again, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button on the video, and also please subscribe, because obviously I really appreciate your support. You know, every subscriber is really appreciated. So please hit that subscribe button and don't forget. But thank you again for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you again soon.